How's it feel getting this offer?
Dude, it's one of the best feelings ever. Like, so I've been waiting for this decision since like obviously Friday. I knew that I wasn't gonna hear back till like Monday,
Hmm.
but then I didn't hear back Tuesday. And then so I emailed them like, "Hey guys, just wanted to check up. Yeah, yeah, we'll get to you guys. We'll definitely have some for you Wednesday." Wednesday, hey man, the manager's in an all-day meeting. We'll have to touch base Thursday. Okay. Thursday, I'm just like waiting. And then he calls me and he's just like, "Hey man, we'll let you know that, you got the job and everything. And I'm just waiting for this one last person to sign something and I'm gonna send it to you in the morning." I'm like, "Okay, great." So I was like, "Sweet.
Hmm.
Finally got it, man." And yeah, it was definitely one of those moments where I'm like I got the job. And it was like honestly one of the best interviews I ever had. 2.5 hours long, and it was like 30 minutes per person. And then I just kept going. And the first part was like technical, asked me technical questions. I got that. Then the rest were like HR questions, tell me a time of this. And I had like written up a bunch of scene or scenarios of real life experiences like the night before. And
Hmm.
I had him kind of on my screen on the right side and him on the left side. And so
Hmm.
I could like kind of scroll sort of and like pick something to talk about.
Hmm.
So I had like a little story for everything. And then the next person would come and they'll ask me questions and it was like really smooth. And I used the little not trick, but I went on their LinkedIn page and I like saw their history, you
Yep.
know? And I asked them questions. So yeah, I saw you were there for 19 years. Like, how did that they're like they start like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, I did.
They
I
were
did.
surprised
Yeah."
of it.
They were really surprised. Every time I asked them one of those questions, they like perked up. They're like, "Yeah, yeah, well, yeah, I used to do that. Uh-huh, yeah." I was like, "Sweet." So, yeah, and then it's just been amazing, man, because networking, well, to me, networking has always been like one of those, like, I always wanted to be a network engineer, but it seemed like so far away in a way. Um,
Why'd you feel that way?
well, because one, I didn't have the experience and I didn't really have the knowledge, and I was like, I've got a good handle of things, but I was like, man, what does it take to really become a network engineer? It seems like it's a whole separate thing.
Hmm.
I thought it was just you just become like an IT help desk guy for so on. But yeah, it was yeah, so I just didn't know like the path to it. And once, I started getting a better understanding of it, it was like, okay, it's there is a path to get there.
Hmm.
So
Definitely.
yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, so you did the interview. The interview was 2.5 hours from what you told me. So,
Yeah.
is that like a continuous 2.5 hours? Or was it any breaks? Because I'd never heard of a 2.5 hour interview.
Yeah, it was continuous. It was
Sheesh.
one right after the next.
It
I
was
was
multiple
on
rounds, though.
one round, thankfully.
Okay.
Just one long interview. That was it. So
Interesting.
so instead of like two or three interviews, you know, this was just one big continuous interview. And I interviewed with a bunch of everyone was like an IT manager, network engineer level two, or someone I'm going to be working with on the networking side. So they were all on the IT side of things.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, it was all one continuous interview.
interesting. Were you a
That's
little bit
crazy.
nervous
I
before?
was, because I was more prepared this time than the last interview, I wasn't nervous, but I was I'm gonna like, I'm gonna get this thing. Like, I'm gonna finally get this thing. But yeah, I mean, a little nervous, especially in the beginning, especially with the technical questions, because you're like, oh boy, okay, what do we, you kind of have to think right off the spot or, the top of your head. Um, so yeah, I was a little nervous, but once I started getting like the groove, I actually started being really calm.
Okay, so it took so basically in the beginning it's like kind of oof, you don't know what's gonna happen. Then once you're in the flow, it's like game
Yeah.
time, right? You're not even
Yes.
thinking anymore. You're like, I'm ready.
Yeah. 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 It
Awesome.
definitely felt like I was flowing after like the first couple of minutes. I was like, okay.
Okay.
So
Were
that was
some of the
cool.
questions like what type of questions were they asking? Do you know? If you remember.
Technical or non-technical?
Technical.
Or so he gave me like a scenario, like two switches are connected to a server. One piece, a PC's on this on switch A can't get to PCs on switch B.
Hmm.
Why what would you think the issue is? And something was like, I think I was like, how would you go about fixing that issue, you know? And I was like checking interfaces, or I was like checking, that using the show interface commands, and then I was talking about like trunking and adding the trunk, so stuff like that. That was like one of the questions they had.
Gotcha.
Um, I'm pretty sure I'm trying to think of the other ones, but I'd remember that one for sure.
Okay, that's good. I
Yeah.
mean, and you confidently answered that one, right? You kind of walked them through the whole process.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, that was the cool part. I was like, okay, so this is what I would do from start to finish, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I was actually speaking because I actually would like got a little bit of experience doing that, troubleshooting and stuff, in labs. So yeah, I was able to be a little more confident with those answers.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, let's talk about where you were before the program, before you
hmm
joined. Kind of, what was your situation then?
Yeah, so I just so last year I was like working a help desk job, and I've been doing help desk for 8 years, and is it was an awesome experience getting up to that point, but I was getting really burned out. So I left that job, was looking for other things, um, was doing another job that was sort of network related, but basically was let go. And so in February, I was just like I didn't really know what I was going to do. I didn't really know what my plan was next. And then I saw one of your videos on Instagram about cybersecurity versus network engineering, and I was like, oh, okay. It kind of like piqued my interest again. I was like, yeah, networking, that's right. I remember being interested in that. And then uh, I kind of took like it felt right to do it, so I was like, let's go for it. And I started wanting to get back into like the IT networking side because once I left that IT the help desk job, like I didn't want to do anything with IT right now, right away.
Well, what about help desk did you not like?
Well, help desk is just grind. I mean, I guess everything in IT is sort of a grind, but it's always very different. It's a various amount of things you have to know, but you're never really breaking through to a career until unless that's what you want to do. But it's hard to break out of the help desk role basically. Once you're in help desk and you don't have like a path, it's hard to break out of it. But I didn't really like the repetitive tickets or just kind of knowing networking. Like I didn't really like just kind of knowing something. I wanted to like really know something. And help desk got me to a good place, but like it wasn't. I had to push a little further.
Hmm.
So
You felt like
yeah,
pretty much like a generalist and someone who had to like just troubleshoot stuff throughout the day, but there's really no progression in that field, right? 'Cause like there's no like
ex
senior help desk professional or
right. You just help desk, and I knew guys at the job I was working at that have been there for 13, 15 years on help desk. I'm like,
wow.
to me, that's not really what you want to do. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But like that was like, no. If I'm not gonna actually grow, then I don't know if I want to keep doing something forever. So yeah, I saw that. I was like, that's not a good sign to me.
Hmm.
But like you said, yeah, you just become kind of a generalist
Yep.
and you never really like narrow down what you can get good at. And that's kind of all you become, just generalist, you
Hmm.
know?
And then
So
you kind of just get stuck in that role. So you kind of knew
yeah.
like, okay, I got to get out. You like networking, right? It seems like
hmm
you had no intentions of getting into cyber, I'm assuming. Or maybe you did a bit.
Of course, cybersecurity is always interesting, but it makes sense to know networking to get into cybersecurity. Like networking is the foundation for all of that. So I wanted to get if I wanted to get strong in cybersecurity someday or whatever, I need to get strong in like networking, you know? And I knew that was actually kind of a weak area for me. So like going to the school, the camp, getting my CCNA, like actually diving in, that was like I knew those things I needed to do to kind of get to like that next level.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely. So obviously,
Yeah.
help desk, pretty much we're kind of stuck there. And obviously you found me. And
Yeah.
I guess what got you to decided to join the program?
Yeah. So I was just like I was thinking like, what am I gonna do? You know, I didn't have a job at the time. And so like I took like kind of a risk. But for me, once that desire kind of kicked back in of like, okay, I want to like actually get like do this, then to me it seemed like what else am I gonna do with my time? You know?
Mm,
I might as well do something productive and like something that I can like actually learn. And then, you know, not only is the program about learning how to do networking, but it was also like how to build your resume, how to do interviews. Like it was more than just learning networking because we could do that at other places, you
mhm,
know. But also because it gave me a direction. Like it helped me gave me like a direction on what to focus on, what to learn. And so it kind of like opened my eyes to that. So I guess that's why, I kind of like went in that direction.
definitely. You
Yeah.
wanted that more direction and know exactly where you wanted to go. Because I
Yeah.
talk about this all the time. You can be lost in IT. It's a sea of different fields. And
Yeah.
every week you could decide, hey, I want to do this. Oh, I changed my mind. I want to do data. Oh, I changed my mind. Okay, let me go back to help desk. Okay, let me go to okay, let me do cybersecurity. So then
Yeah.
you're gonna be in this loop forever. And you already know all these fields are all different, right? They're different skill
Yeah.
sets. The interview is
Yeah.
different. So it's like you're gonna have to learn a whole new different skill set. And then
Yeah.
you're doing interviews and you're competing with other people that been doing this for 2, 3 years.
Yeah.
Right. So like
Exactly.
it doesn't logically make sense that you'd be able to compete them, right? Unless you have a direct focus.
No, it's exactly right. Like I knew I needed some type of focus on something because once you get to a certain level, um, you gotta kind of pick a lane and sort of get into it if you want to like, in my opinion, if you really want to like grow. There's some people who know a lot about everything, but that's not the majority. Like you kind of have to grow on. So, um, yeah, that and um, I'm just thinking about what you just said because yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Like, uh, like sticking to a path instead of like going all over the place. And so, oh, and also it also helped me to see like what network engineering actually is because to me it was always like hard to understand. Okay, yeah, I hear the word network engineering. I listen to podcasts stuff, but like I don't know exactly what you guys do. Like what does it look like? And it seemed like it was just like a secret. Like it was never something you could just find out somewhere. It was like, how do I do this? It's just not something that's that easy. I mean, maybe it is, but it didn't seem that easily available.
I get exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's hard to understand what we do on the job in a sense, right? And you're like,
Yeah.
okay, so what's like the day-to-day look like? What specific tools do you use? Like why do we need network engineers? Sometimes you're like even asking that question,
Yes.
right? So it's like kind of confusing. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I remember we had a video. Did you watch that video in week 9 where I kind of cover like the day in the life of engineer?
Yes.
Did that
Yeah,
kind of help
definitely.
give
Oh
some
yeah, no, that was
context?
great. That was great. I was so excited to see that because I was like, yes, that's what I want. I mean, other than the other stuff was great, but I really wanted to see what it looked like that you guys do. And yeah, it was like, okay, okay, it makes sense. Yeah.
Definitely. And like, did you feel like the interview process kind of got easier now knowing at least an inside scoop of what is kind of going to be seen in the job?
Yeah, oh yeah. I would say that that helped a lot. and then also just practicing interviews and going, yeah, I mean, that definitely seeing the background of what you guys do definitely helped with the interview process for sure.
Mm,
Um, but it definitely like took some time because like before this program and even kind of in the middle of it, before I really started doing interviews, I was just really bad. But it's been years since I really done an interview, like a really good one. And I but at the in the past I had a job. So when you do interviews, when you have a job, it's a little easier, the risk isn't as high. But when you don't have a job,
mhm.
the risk is a little higher. Like you kind of want the job, but you don't want to act like you need it.
Yep.
And yeah, um so learning how to do proper interviews and man, that's a whole thing in itself.
hmm Did you enjoy the interview prep classes that we had? And because like,
Yeah, I mean, I did. I mean, it was definitely eye-opening. I was like, I didn't realize how much practice I needed to do. Like,
hmm
I came in thinking, yeah, I could just maybe know a couple of things. It's like, no, it's like you gotta know what you're saying and come off confident and all these things. And I'm like, wow, I mean, it's a whole process. So that it was great. It was great to have practice and kind of get grilled a little bit and like challenged in that area because it's better to be challenged then than when you're actually in an interview and like you're struggling, you
yep.
know?
And there's no
So
redos in the
no,
interview.
no,
You can't call
no.
them back, say, hey, can we like retry this again?
Right. No, you have one shot basically. Yeah, you have one shot with them.
hmm
So
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. But let's talk about the position, right? Because it
Okay.
was a network administrator, right?
Yeah, network
Okay.
administrator one, I think is
One. Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
is this like you said, a solar company, right?
Yeah, First Solar, they're like I guess maybe the number one solar panel. I'm not sure if it's in the world or the country, but they're doing pretty well.
hmm
And they just built a facility in Gaffney, South Carolina, which is 20 minutes from where I live.
hmm
And yeah, they make, the panes and all that kind of stuff. And so the role is, helping with like and they're all Cisco based, like the
Nice.
whole company, which is really good to have this like CCNA and stuff. And yeah, I mean, it's like managing networks, network equipment, doing updates, uh, voice, VLAN, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Nice,
So,
nice. So
yeah.
that's crazy because like now you're in the Cisco-based environment. You're going to be doing quite a bit of different things. And I always tell people the best time to learn now is now you're on the job. You're going to be spending 8 hours a day learning, right?
Yeah.
Learning's not
Yeah.
going to stop. So you're in a wonderful position. And they put you as administrator one, so you don't have the pressure of like
Yeah.
being like the top dog there, right? There's other
Right.
engineers that are going to help you anyways.
Yeah. They already hired the level 3 guy
hmm
um there, so I'll meet him eventually. So yeah, I think the team is very not I wouldn't say small, but it's definitely like maybe two or three guys on
Nice.
site, and two of them are they got a lot of experience. So yeah, it's a great opportunity to definitely learn from these guys, man. It's gonna be really awesome.
hmm
And everyone that I did the interview with, like they were so cool. Like they had to do their interview, but they were just like really nice people to talk to. So
hmm
I asked them a couple questions like, you know, what do you recommend someone to do in the first 90 days? Like what would you recommend? And they would say like be like a sponge, absorb, ask questions, don't be afraid to ask questions. And so I was like, okay, well that's really cool,
hmm
don't feel ashamed to ask questions because that's what we're all have questions for things. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Remember, even in the program, remember like the first mindset modules, like there's no dumb questions, right?
Mm,
People don't ask
okay.
questions because they're afraid of asking usually, right? Most of the time.
Yeah.
They think they're gonna look dumb. And
Yeah.
now that you're working, like you're gonna have questions and you don't want to just assume, like not ask it because then you're not gonna know the answer to this situation that you're dealing with, whatever. So it's important that
Yeah.
you ask questions throughout the time. And
Yeah.
that's just a normal thing. It's not a bad thing to do that, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. It's like, okay, I like that attitude that, people are going to have questions. So I really appreciate that because the last thing sometimes I don't like to maybe just disrupt people or like bother people kind of thing. So I appreciate that for sure.
hmm
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I guess when the offer letter came, like or you knew you kind of passed the interview, right? Because I mean, 2.5 hours, like you'd be shocked if you
Mhm.
didn't, right? For this particular position.
Yeah, I think I knew afterwards, I was like, that was the best one I ever had. And they all seemed to like me. It was like at the end, the guy was like, the last person I talked to, he said, "You're really good at interviews." And then that was pretty much the very end. So I was like, okay, okay. Uh, but yeah, then I was waiting for the offer letter, but then he called me to just let me know. So I really appreciate that because I was just like, please, somebody just tell me.
Yeah, you rather just know versus just be in limbo, right?
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
definitely. Where do
Yeah.
you where do you think you would have been if you hypothetically didn't join the program? Do you think you would have been going in circles, or what do you think?
Oh yeah, I honestly I would have been pretty lost in as far as where to put my focus on. I don't really know what I would have done. I mean, if I was to guess, I'd probably go right back into some like IT help desk role or something close to that because that was what's familiar. So I wouldn't have known like how to step out
Mm,
in the networking side. So yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
How would you feel if you like went back to help desk? Would you kind of feel like, damn?
Yeah. I'd be like, dang, all that time. And I'm just kind of back here, like doing something that I don't really love anymore, you know? Like the love's kind of gone for that. So it's like, uh,
Hmm.
uh, yeah,
Yeah. And now, I mean, you're in a good position now, right? Because like you have this offer, you have this new title as well, right? You can finally call yourself a network engineer. Like, because even though you're an administrator, they're exactly the same thing. I don't know why people like have names for them, but you're an engineer. Um,
yeah.
and I mean, I guess like, how's your life going to change now that you have this offer?
I mean, my gosh, I don't know how it's gonna. I know it's gonna be amazing because it's like for me personally, uh, I've already told you, like networking is one of those roles I like really looked up to. And now to be like a part of it is like, wow, it's a little cheesy, but it's a little bit like a dream come true in some ways. It's just something that I really sought after. And then financially, it's gonna be awesome. It's to be honest, is the best paid job I've ever had. So that's great. It's close by and the company's really good. Like everyone that most people that I interviewed have been in the company for like over 10 years. And
Wow.
they've grown. They've changed positions. They maybe get to a different level uh, of administrator or they're like manager or whatever, you know? So I was like, okay, there's levels to grow and you can actually just kind of stay in the same company and just grow from there, which is fine with me. If there's opportunities to grow inside a company, I'm okay with that, you know?
Hmm.
So yeah, no, I think it's honestly like legitimately it's life changing.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
And I love to hear that. When you sent me the offer letter, I was so happy. I was just like, yes.
Yeah,
Yes, because I
yeah,
knew it was big, right? And I remember the company is good and it's close by. Like everything's like it kind of aligned perfectly for what you're looking for,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And the salary's good, the position, the location's good, company's great.
yeah.
And then you said it's a dream come true. Kind of elaborate on that, like, because you thought about it this for some time, huh?
Well, yeah, I mean, God, like I said, for me, the guy that took me under his wing in IT, he was a network engineer guy. You
Mm,
know, he was the IT director, but networking was like his bread and butter. So like I was like saw that as something like, man, that would be so cool. And I've always followed it. I've always like wondered like how to like to get the CCNA. That was like another thing, you know. And then yeah, it was like, do I actually do it? Do I actually go for it? Or do I don't know. It seemed like so daunting, you know?
yeah.
But yeah, so like uh once I finally like stepped into it and all that kind of stuff, like yeah, I don't think um, I don't think many people would have seen like, hey man, he's actually doing networking now, like because I've been sitting up here, grinding, I've been
Hmm.
doing studying and studying and studying, and I probably look kind of like crazy sometimes, like man, all this guy does is up there studying, doing stuff, but it's like I wanted to really go for it. So yeah, I mean, I'm super grateful, thankful, and just like yeah, just amazed that I'm here now. So it's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I feel like your confidence is higher too because you always tell people confidence actually comes from success. I didn't feel confident until I actually got my first network engineer position, right? Because like you think, oh, it's impossible, it's impossible, it's impossible until it actually happens. That's how it
Yeah.
always goes, right?
Yeah.
And then now it's like, let's just say whatever, like if you ever get Lego, like hypothetically, you have the confidence, like I can get another one. It's not a big deal. I did it
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, yeah, no, I was like after the interview, I was like, I could do another interview. I could do interviews again. Now that I understand like how to actually do them really well. I was like, oh, I mean they're challenging, but they're not hard to understand. Like you just have to practice and stuff. But yeah, exactly. And it's just like it kind of like validates all the hard work. Now
Hmm.
people can see, oh, okay, he actually did put the work in, because you can show it now,
Hmm.
with that job. So yeah, it's definitely an amazing feeling.
Yeah, 100%. And also, I think
Yeah.
the big thing also is the community, right? Because I seen you active in the community, you posting, you probably seen other people getting offer letters. Did that kind of hype you up too a little bit?
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I saw the other guys and some people that didn't even have IT experience, and I'm just like, okay. Because I'm not gonna lie, there were some times when I didn't want to keep going. You know,
Wow.
there were some times where I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing this. Um,
Why'd you
but
feel that
see,
way?
yeah, because you get discouraged. There was interviews that I'd done, and I was getting so close, and would just I never you didn't hear from them again, you know? And so you get there's like a bit of discouragement with those situations, and it kind of makes you just feel like, what am I doing? Um, and then yeah, so you see that, and I want other people to be successful too. So it's like it's good to see that, and then like it motivates me to keep going.
Hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. I think mentorship is the best way, right? My uncle is my mentor, right? You said you had a
Sweet.
mentor as well. Like
Yeah.
you need someone who can kind of tell you and tell you, to keep either to support to like keep going, you're almost there,
Yeah.
or like to kind of guide you. Cause like the guidance is really the biggest thing, right? If I didn't have guidance, I would have probably just been picking fields. And I know a lot of my people that I went to school with, they're still trying to, hey, I'm thinking about networking, but this is like, but they thought about cloud, they thought about cyber. Their original major was in software. Like it's like you don't want to
Yeah.
be in that position, right? But
Right.
now you have
Yeah.
this clear direction. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the hardest part for some people is like finding a direction. Because like everyone makes everything sound so amazing. Oh my gosh, you got to try this new thing, or over here. Like there are so many areas to get to be good at, but what does someone actually want to do? I guess it's hard, without help desk for me, I don't know if how to choose all that because there's such a variety, but like I knew when I was at help desk, I always really saw networking as like something to really like get to know at some point. But
mhm.
yeah, that's definitely part of it is like finding that direction.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
before joining the program, did you like have any second thoughts? Like, is this something I want to do? Anything stop you from joining originally?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, at first I was like, am I crazy for trying to do this? Because like I said, I didn't have a job and I was like it was like a risk in a sense. It was a risk. But I went based off like I went based off like, did I feel like this was something that I really wanted to do? If I really wanted to do it, then I should do it. And so I was like, yeah, I don't have any regrets. And I didn't get any like, sort of like bad feeling in my gut about it. I felt like, okay, this was something I could kind of I could keep going. So that's
Hmm.
kind of where I based it off of.
Yeah, yeah, and it worked
Gut
out. I mean,
feelings.
definitely, definitely. And you've been super. I mean, it's been like you joined, I think, 6 months ago.
Yeah. Yeah, about February.
That's not bad.
Yeah, and I remember one of the not recruiting guys, but he was after I started, he sort of showed me around, the school.
Hmm.
I forget his name, but he's like, man, I can see it, man. You're gonna be an network engineer. I get a sense or something like that. I don't know. I don't know
Uh-huh.
if he was really believed it or not, but it really helped me.
Uh-huh. Yep. And
I
now
was like,
you're here.
okay, okay,
Now
yeah.
you're here.
Now I'm here. So you know, it was, and then all the other teachers and mentors helping out and uh just seeing everyone else's journey too. Like people from all over tr wanting to become a network engineer and then seeing people succeed. And it was like, oh, okay. Like people are actually getting jobs, like big jobs.
Hmm.
And I was like, okay, I was like, wow, that's pretty awesome.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. I think the big thing is like you're around winners. Everyone's like you're around people who are succeeding, who are also, even if they haven't gotten their position yet, they're still working towards it. So you already know like it's coming.
yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
it's
I
like,
knew
yeah,
hmm
like you knew, like you knew, like if I followed the path they followed, it would be unreasonable for me to not succeed. Right.
exactly.
Right.
I exactly. I knew it was coming. I just had to keep going. That was the hardest part. It was just like you gotta keep going. You gotta keep putting in the work.
Hmm.
And I went into like, the interview classroom. I reviewed like interviews and pro like skills and all that kind of stuff. Because honestly, other than the networking side, that really was the biggest thing. Getting your
Hmm.
resume nice, getting your LinkedIn all nice, and then uh even actually someone even commented on my YouTube channel on the first solar. He's like, "Hey, I see you got a YouTube channel." I'm like, "Yeah, it's okay." He's like, "No,
Yeah.
that's good." I'm like, "Okay, okay."
The recruiter, the during the interview.
During the interview, one of the guys was like, "So I saw you had a YouTube channel." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, it's so I only got 2 videos on there, but it
Yeah.
was, it's something." And he
Yeah.
was like, "No, it's good. It's good." I'm like, "Okay, well, yeah."
Yeah.
So it stood out, you know.
Mhm. Definitely.
Those
Yeah.
little things stood out.
Yeah.
And
I
the
mean,
thing is, like, in IT, networking, it's like you got to stand out.
hmm,
So you got to be the guy that does above and beyond the normal in some
100%.
ways. So yeah,
Yeah.
seems almost seems like you have to play into it a little bit, but it's just part of it, you
You're
know?
basically like you're marketing yourself. That's all you're really doing. You know, you're
100%.
you're like an advertisement. Like you want your billboard to be everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, exactly.
I always tell people with interviews, you just want to be memorable. And then the thing that you brought up is that tactic that I told you about is like looking at their history and then bringing that up during the interview. And then
Yes.
they'll remember that. And I'm like, how did he know that? That means he's
Yeah.
well researched. That means he cared. That means he's intrigued.
Yes.
Okay? Did I tell you that? I always tell people, but I don't know. I'm sure if I told you this, but the longer the interview, the more likely you got the offer.
I heard you say that in your video. Yeah.
Yeah.
You said keep them talking because the longer it goes, like the better it is or something like that. And I was like, really? I was thinking to myself, I thought, you just want to be out of there as soon as possible. I see, but I
Mm,
understand what you're saying. And I didn't use that tactic with the whole LinkedIn thing. I didn't use that before. I was
mm.
like, there's no way that works, kind of thing. To be honest, I was like, because I didn't want to feel weird about it. It felt like it was out of my comfort zone to do that kind of stuff. But I was like, all right, let me try that. Let me try that. And it was like, it worked. Like one of the guys, he went from satellites to network engineering 19
Mm.
years ago. And I was like, yeah, so I saw you were in satellites. How did you transition to network engineering? Like, he was like, yeah, I was in the satellites. Like it brought back memories or something.
Yeah, and then he's gonna forever remember that, right? The interview was, you said, over 2 hours long. Like
Yeah,
it's people wouldn't interview you. Like let's say you're a business owner, right? Would you interview someone for 2.5 hours if you had no intention of hiring them,
no,
right?
right.
And so like at least you're in the running. Like for someone to do that, that means they have to be interested in hiring you,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah,
and you did that. You kept them talking. You kept them happy. And
yeah,
at the end, he said you're good at interviewing. So like he even validated your belief. Your I guess you didn't really believe it before that you were good at interviewing. Now you know.
yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. I didn't as much. The last interview I did before this one, I didn't practice beforehand. I was, it was bad. It wasn't bad, but I didn't have the answers, and also it was a completely different uh field. But still, I didn't really prepare for it. And after that, I was like, I gotta prepare for these things. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's why when this opportunity came up, because it was like right afterwards, it was like boom. I was like, oh snap, this could actually be really good. I gotta I made it like almost like studying for a test. Like
Yep.
I've gotta put the work in. I gotta study. I was memorizing my story. I was telling it to somebody. I was like, telling them this is my little thing. And so I build more confidence as I did it more often. So yeah, you kind of have to go through the awkwardness of doing it and stuff, but once you get it, it's like it's so worth all that
Yeah,
practice.
100%. And I'm gonna tell you something. Interviewing is just acting, right? You got to be an actor. You got to rehearse your lines, right? At
Yeah.
the end of the day. Did you
Yeah,
wear a suit during the interview as
I
well?
did.
Yep.
And you know what's funny?
Yeah.
All the other interviews, I always just wore like just the top part, and everything else was like whatever. But
Yeah.
for this one, I wore a full suit, pants, shoes,
Hmm.
everything,
You
you
played
know?
into it.
I did. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
And it worked. And it worked.
Yeah,
So
100%.
I mean, hey, it seems like all the tactics were working. You literally put everything into this, and the result is an offer. So like, hey,
Yes,
it works. So, what's next for
definitely.
you, man? I mean, like, you got this position, administrator, network
Yeah.
administrator. What's next for you?
So the next thing is I start in August 10th. So they're giving me 2 weeks, which is great. And I fly to Detroit, I think is the big facilities in Ohio.
Hmm.
So I'll be there for a week for training, and then I'll come back here, and then I'll start basically right after that. Um, and I think also just continuing to learn, do some labbing on the side and refresh myself with the concepts and just kind of get ready. Like, uh, try to, like you said, kind of learn as much as I can, you
Hmm.
know? So
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the learning's never gonna stop. But yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, you gotta learn on the job anyway. So you and
Yeah.
you're gonna do labbing on the side. You already have your CCNA. Like, I wouldn't say get your CCNP yet. I would say, wait at least a year before you ever
Okay.
consider getting that. And what's like any word of advice that you'd give?
And a word of advice, yeah. So I would say that, um, let's see. So I would say like this. If you're trying to into anything, but especially in network engineering, that type of role, like if it's something you really want to do, like I would say just keep going and like go at it with like 100%. And like it can be a grind, but it's definitely worth it. So like studying after hours, or you know going over videos or practicing, like it might seem like a lot, but it all works, and it's all worth like all the practice and all the time that you put into it. So like I would say that my advice is if you have the time, in your life to do it, like take 6 months or a year and just do it because it could really change your life.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Lucas, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. I thank you guys.
Yeah.
I appreciate you and I appreciate this school. And like I said, I'm just very, very thankful. So
Hmm. Awesome.
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, 6 months and now you're an engineer.
Dude, that's
What?
crazy.
Crazy, crazy, crazy.
CCNA and
Yeah.
engineer.
It's
Like
the CCNA
what?
part too is crazy because you got it. You didn't even tell me. You just bam, you just posted it in the community. I was like, what?
I wanted to maybe a little bit of surprise, but maybe I was like, I didn't know if I was gonna pass or not too. So I was like, I didn't want to tell you. And then no, I did kind of tell you in between,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I did. Uh, yeah, that was because I saw someone else post that they did it too. I was like, oh snap! So somebody's doing their CCNA in this school too. I was like, okay, and that really, um, that really got me to study. I will say that.
Hmm.
Um, so I mean, that was probably a lot more than I maybe needed, but at the same time, like that was really helpful to get.
100%.
And then obviously with this job, since they are Cisco based, like the CCNA did stand out, you know.
Hmm.
So it was very helpful to have.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where preparation meets timing, right?
Oh
Like
man.
imagine if this job came, I don't know, let's say 5 months back,
Yeah.
right? And then you would have missed out on this opportunity, but you came ready. I mean, there's probably other opportunities that you missed, you never know, but like this
Sure.
came your way
Yeah.
and then you were ready. People
Yeah.
always say stay ready so you don't have to get ready, right? Now imagine
100%.
Like imagine this
Mhm.
opportunity came, and then you got like rush to like study. But like you kind of already had the technical stuff. You got your CCNA, right? And you're probably the thing with the program what we focus on is like kind of like giving you the skill sets heavily to the point where you can compete because with interviewing you're competing with other people, right? But if you're
Mhm.
like studying, grinding, doing interview prep, like practicing interviews, you're going to be on the same level or even past the people that
Yeah.
already have experience. And that's
Yeah.
how you kind of can win that offer.
Yeah. I think what you just said, that's probably I think that's like one of the biggest things is like stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Prepare while you have the chance. I was like, while I'm in this school, let me just go ahead and get my CCNA, like while I'm at it. And yeah, so I took that opportunity as well. Um, and yeah, I was like you said, it basically got me prepared. And also the thing is, I applied for this job before I got my CCNA. I actually applied
Wow.
for it and I forgot about it. And then it popped up again. Hey, we noticed that. Da, 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 da. I was like, oh snap, okay. So I applied in like May. They didn't reach out to me until like July. So I forgot
Mhm.
about it.
Yep.
But
But
yeah,
you were
I
ready.
actually, but I was ready.
Imagine if you're
Exactly.
like, oh, I'm gonna take a break, and then now you're like scrambling.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say especially, yeah, definitely prepare while you can. Like stay studied up, learn the concepts over and over again, study, go to the classes, um, review things. It's always be as if this is a job, as if this is your job type
Yeah.
of thing, until you get the job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
100%. So like you could turn your fake job into a real job. Exactly.
exactly. Now I could actually do something with it.
Yep. But now, Lucas, you did it. You did it. I'm super pumped for you. Don't forget to post it in the community as well.
I did.
Oh, you already did? Awesome. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
I
pin
put it
it.
in the wins.
Okay, perfect. I'll go and pin it. But dude, this is
Sweet.
awesome. This is awesome. Now you can kind of relax a bit, right? Because I know when you get an offer, it's like, ah.
Yeah,
Like there's like kind of there's a bit of stress, right? You're like, I need it. Like maybe it's not like aggressive stress, but it's more like it's in the back of your mind. There's something there.
100%.
Like I gotta, I
100%.
gotta get like it's been some time. Like I haven't got an offer yet. Like but
Yeah,
so you did it, right?
yeah,
And the biggest thing now is you're validated. So it's like you're good to go, right? You don't
yeah.
ever have to say I'm going. You can never say. You know how people say I could always go back to help desk. now you can
Hmm.
finally say, I could always go back to networking.
Amen. That's right.
So, amen to that. So,
Yeah.
oof,
Yeah.
amazing,
Yeah. No,
amazing.
man. Yeah, I just like I said, man, I just really, really thank you, man, for you know, this whole thing. And it's like I said, I just really, really appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time and
World to me, man.
doing all
Appreciate it.
this. So
Yeah.
it's
And I want to
awesome.
say thank you as well for putting in the work because I know it's not easy,
Hmm.
right? The program it wasn't easy, right? There's a lot of labs that are tough. It's not like just you press a button and oh, done. No, it takes work. So
100%.
that's the
Yeah,
biggest thing.
yeah, the labs were not easy.
Oh yeah.
The troubleshooting labs and then the projects, like it was, and yeah, there's a lot of concepts. So yeah, no, it's not easy, but it's definitely doable. It's possible. It's just you just gotta like go in for it. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah,
100%.
yeah.
100%. Well, again, Lucas, congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Keep me
Thanks so
updated
much.
throughout the whole process. As soon as you start, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know. You're always
Okay.
welcome to come to the live calls. If you have any
Yeah.
questions about whatever. And now, like actually, maybe in like a month or so, feel free to come to like the interview prep class and maybe like share, you know, all that experience, maybe like your first day. Because a lot of
Yeah.
people are kind of afraid of like what happens in the first week, but I'll kind of run it down for you. But it's orientation. You're probably going to like Detroit, you said, or Ohio for
Yeah,
orientation.
Ohio. Hmm.
So you
Hmm.
get an orientation, and then at that point, you're probably just gonna go back to the main, like your actual location of work, and then you're just gonna get trained, right? People, they're gonna basically be there. You're gonna watch what they do on the job, and
Yeah.
they're gonna give you smaller tickets and like smaller, easy work to do, and then eventually you'll just get the hang of it, and it'll be easier. So it's not like it's gonna be
Okay. Like just thrown into it.
hmm. Yep. And then you're not gonna get thrown into it. You're probably just gonna. I mean, you're just gonna be like shadowing people for the first couple. You might not even have network
Okay.
access. That happens to a lot of people. They don't even give
Oh, I
you
see.
access to that network until like a month sometimes. So you'll see.
Okay.
But be a sponge, like they said in the interview. Ask a ton of questions. Take notes. I like taking notes on OneNote. So you could
Okay.
use OneNote or like, I mean, yeah, OneNote or any. I don't like pen and paper because you'll just lose that book and then it'll be gone. So
Yeah.
take it on the computer and go out to lunch with your team, meet them, talk to them, right? And try to find someone who's like you can always rely on the team as well. Find that one person that who's like chill, you can always get advice from. And don't be shy to like ask people questions. We brought this up before, but like you don't want to be the person like I'm like this as well. Like I'm sometimes afraid of asking people for stuff, right? Because you're like, oh, I don't want to annoy them, or like I don't want to nag them. They're busy.
Yeah.
What like I don't want to look bad, basically. But that's totally fine, right?
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
just use all the tools, right? You can use Google to even search stuff, right? And then yeah, I mean, I promise you, after like 6 months, it's like you're pretty much gonna start training people probably if a new person comes.
Dang.
That's how it
Sweet.
is.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah,
Well, man.
Lucas, enjoy your weekend.
Yeah. Thank you.
Have some fun. You
Yeah.
know,
Finally get to chill a little bit.
relax a little bit, chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, safe travels. Cool.
Awesome, man.
Well,
Yeah.
Lucas, hope you have a good rest of your day,
You too,
and
man.
we'll talk soon.
Thank you, man. See ya.
Awesome.